This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Boulder, Colorado. I'm here at Colorado Wilderness Rides and Guides. Since 2009, they have been providing a unique, innovative, custom activities and experiences for folks all across Colorado. I'm here with Joshua, who is the senior guide leader as well as the owner. I mean, he started this in 2009. Share with me a little bit how it is you got involved in this type of industry.
No, super. Thanks for asking the question. I've been in this industry for a little over 20 years. Got in actually undergraduate and then turned into graduate education, and then actually it sort of spiked into a lot of different things. But this organization is my second that I started that was outdoor adventure based. First company was actually California Expeditions in California for 5 years, and then we did the international guide circuit with mountaineering.
Excellent. I mean, so obviously California, beautiful state there, but folks that live here in Colorado, we love the great outdoors. We love getting into it. Not only can we be educated, learn about its history, but really it can be rather inspiring. Is that what your organization really does?
Yeah, so it's a great point. So what we try to do is provide experiences that can't be done in any place else but Colorado. So we have a lot of people that are going to the other 49 states and then other countries. So we try to showcase the topography, the geology, the culture, and the history of Colorado. That's very unique and why it's different than California, why it's different than Texas, North Dakota, Wyoming. So it's really a great opportunity. This is home, and I've been here since 2002, so I'm really excited to be here for a long time to come.
Absolutely. Share with me a little bit about who are the folks that walk through these doors to basically want to be part of this. What kind of ages that are you dealing with here?
So a big question, I'll take one step back. We're an adventure travel hub, so we do any type of guided activity. We also have a segment of our company that is leadership and team building, so a lot of corporate and professional teams. And then we have a third segment that we have a licensed transportation company for charter limousine sightseeing, and we do event planning. So we're basically doing supply-fied for a lot. So in terms of this location, this is mainly what we're going to get as leisure travel guests for any of our guided activities that are based in and around Boulder. And they'll be doing rafting on the Clear Creek. We'll be doing rafting on the upper Colorado rivers. We also have horses down in Jefferson County, so a little bit south of here. And then they're doing Boulder rock climbing, single pitch and multi-pitch. They're doing mountain biking around city of Boulder, and then the Forest Service, and then we're doing things up to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Wow, you guys are the adventure hub of Colorado, basically the place where you can find a little bit of everything that's going on here. So we're talking about corporate groups, we're talking about maybe a couple that wants to go out together, or individuals. Really, this is something for everybody.
Correct, yep. It depends on what people are looking for. A lot of what we do is custom. So we have trips that people could see on the web, but we probably have 1,000 to 2,000 that they can't see. Same with like team building. So they contact us, we assess with what they want to do, and then we try to create an experience that's right for them. Some people want to add more people to the group, other people just want it to be a small custom group. And again, we could do anything from I'm just starting out to as hard of an adventure that you could find in Colorado.
A lot of these experiences can be done on foot. We're talking about hiking, snowshoeing, backpacking. Are these things that people love, really just getting out there and going at that pace?
Yes. Again, our goal is to match somebody's expectations and desires and provide an amazing experience that they couldn't do anyplace else. So that's a lot of assessment from our back end, from our office. It's also a big assessment from when we go through the whole booking process. Guides will call clients individually and assess to make sure that, see with what they're doing in terms of physicality, if they've had any recent injuries, what they really want to get out of the experience, and they could even modify it a lot more. So if you came to Boulder and took hiking in Boulder as an example, there might be about 60 different hikes that we could take within an hour. If you were looking at climbing within an hour, we have about 4,500 different routes. So just, anything, again, I'm just getting out and this is my first time and I just want to have fun and take some photographs. Hiking to, hey, I want to hike across Rocky Mountain National Park in a day, end in Grand Lake, and then get shuttled back here for the evening.
One of the elements out there in Colorado is water, be it liquid water or frozen water. We're talking about fly fishing, rafting you mentioned earlier, or even possibly skiing. These are all things you can do out there.
Yeah, so again, in terms of a background, we have 14 different land managers that we work with, everybody from the Park Service to the Forest Service to BLM to City of Boulder, Denver, Jefferson County State Parks. and a few different waterways. And then in addition to that, we have a rafting outfitting license in the state of Colorado, and we also have an outfitting license that we generally do fishing. So we're all in between depending on activities, and we do everything from an hour really, like a horseback ride, to 14 days. Generally in this area of Colorado, but we also have permit extending all the way into Utah and through Moab, so on off seasons we're there. And then people come that they just want to have a good experience. Other people come for education. So we do have an education side that we originally started for our guides internally, but we're now a provider for ARI, the American Institute of Avalanche Research and Education, for level 1 and 2 courses. We're also a provider for Wilderness Medical Associates, which does first responder and EMT courses. We have our staff actually teach those. And then we also work with the American Mountain Guides for putting on some single pitch instructor courses, and then IMBA, International Mountain Bike Association, for mountain biking.
Like you said, if it's somebody who just wants to go out for maybe some sightseeing, something basic, they can do that, or something to a real thrill seeker out there, maybe do some rock climbing. You really have something for any type of mindset out there as well.
It's true. It's again, it's just meeting what people want to do in terms of their adventure, and giving them an experience that they couldn't do on themselves. So generally people are coming in for education, they're coming in for some type of risk activity, or they're coming in for things that are logistically difficult. So they don't necessarily have the gear or the time to actually do the training, so that's where they come in and pay us to do it. So it's a great opportunity for us because we're always doing different things, different days, and we feel lucky to be in this area and get to showcase Colorado and be a great business that partners with a lot of the community.
Like you say, regardless of what activity you're actually doing, you are going to learn something. It's an educational process, but the common thread amongst them all has to be safety. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so safety is by far our number one. That's why I've sort of set the bar with certifications and with making sure we're doing everything right and sort of being on the front end of risk management. Because guides, in addition to being competent people and being educators, their number one responsibility is risk management. How do I differentiate between subjective and objective risk? And how do I limit objective risk, things that could happen to me? Like if I fell out of a boat and I'm floating down the river, now it's a very different experience than when I was in the boat. Or if I go under certain areas where there could potentially be rocks around, do I have appropriate gear? Do I have buffer zones? So doing things like that, and people don't realize how much time goes into the back ends, or avalanche conditions, where we're assessing avalanche conditions every day and doing snow study plots and having a guides morning meeting and then going through with what's inbounds and what's not appropriate to ski. So there's a lot that goes into it. I think what makes people great is the 90% that people never see. So that's really what we focus on, is doing all those little things that people don't see, and then making sure that we're knowing exactly what we're getting into ourselves, and we're not putting people in experiences that we can't really limit risk.
A lot of the behind the scenes going on that you guys take care of, so the people on the front can just have a great time. I mean, quite honestly, you've got one of the ways you're able to really customize this for people is the fact that you've got some great combination packages. You might go rafting in the morning, maybe go horseback riding later. Is that a pretty popular item?
Yeah, absolutely. We reversed it a little bit. We usually do horseback riding, weather's a little bit more stable, and then we'll do rafting in the afternoon, or they could choose a handful of others. They could choose climbing or fly fishing or hiking or mountain biking or sightseeing, or we even do photo tours where they'll go out, professional photographers, and work on exposure or different ways to set up shots. So it's really what people want to do, and we'll basically make happen. So the multi-sport is really great. We have some packages we have packages now with the St. Julian, and we'll have a travel magazine actually in tomorrow doing a feature on that. We're getting them out. So that's a new adventure package. We also have an adventure package with the Westin Hotels as well that goes live. So they come in, and it's how do you showcase this area, give them 2 to 3 days of the best, and take them off sort of the normal treaded areas and give them an experience that they couldn't do by themselves.
An experience you couldn't basically do by yourself, and basically an experience you can't do in any other state. They're making sure this is a custom experience for folks out there. Take a look at the website. Contact information right there at the bottom of the screen. You can check out all the different packages they have out there that they offer. Also take a look at the testimonials. You're going to get to see what kind of responses people have after they go on these trips like this that are kind of life-changing for folks. You can also book right there online. You can take a look at everything. They've got a blog there, get you an idea of what's happening. Also, permits are needed, safety that's required for certain ones. Everything's pretty well explained right there on the website. I mean, this really has to be kind of a rewarding for you in a way that you're letting people enjoy Colorado that they probably have never experienced before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity again for us. I think nobody that works with us feels it's really a hard day at the office. You might have long hours, but we get to basically showcase the best that Colorado has to offer.
Excellent. I mean, folks are out there learning a little bit, like I said, of avalanche safety, whatnot, even environmental stewardship. These are all things that are taught right there. Is this kind of your way of giving back to the community?
It is, and there's two ways too. There's the leisure travel again, and then there's the corporate. So we actually have a certain amount of corporate events that are we define as sort of a little bit of community impact or community focused, and they actually do things to give back to veterans or give back to underserved populations. We work with a few veterans organizations and help fund them a few years back that have got off the grounds. We also work with a new permit we're getting in the Upper Colorado River that a certain percentage of our trips go back to serving underserved populations from the Denver metro area, Boulder, Westminster, and then we actually give back to the military. So working with some of the bases, working with things like the Sierra Club. We did a program 2 years ago called Post to Parks, which we were the outfitter. The Sierra Club was the funder and the National Park Service was the recipient. And we took active duty from Fort Carson and Peterson Air Force Base between Afghanistan and Iraq tours, and we brought them out and it helped reintroduce them into healthy mechanisms that you could deal with between combat. Which part of that program was based around the 1st Cavalry was protecting Yellowstone, which was our first national park, and showing them that the military has always had a strong presence in the national park. It's a very warm and healing place. You're also in tight, intimate groups where you could actually, if you do have issues or you are very depressed or you're having tough times coping with society, you could relate with people on one-on-one. You're not, and those tight connections that are in the military are also fostered in those. So we do a lot of giving back. We work with organizations like the Kuru Foundation, which is giving low-income people that don't have the opportunity to get out. So we fund them 100% this year in terms of their trips. And then we work with people like the City of Westminster, the Sierra Club Mission Outdoors, of helping with veterans, getting them out, or the City of Westminster with getting them out for underserved populations.
You have, like you say, a couple decades of experience before you even came on and started this, but yet I can see it's definitely a learning experience every day for you as well, because you're dealing with different custom needs that people want to do. That's got to be exciting. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. The last time, you're going to see their contact information right there, and basically just give them a call, and they will tell you basically what kind of package works best for you. They're going to listen to you first and foremost, because what they do is based on really what you're into and what level of experience or what level of fun or even of risk that you like out there. Once again, that is Colorado Wilderness Rides and Guides since 2009. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Lakewood, Colorado. I am here at Precision Wisdom. Since 2012, she has been helping you clarify your purpose and love your life. I'm here with Jane, who is the founder, also the purpose coach. Jane, let's start off a little bit about yourself. I mean, quite honestly, you have over 25 years in the corporate world, very successful, hitting many goals, many milestones. You've worked with many Fortune 500 companies. Quite honestly, anybody would see that as a success. Yet you yourself, you felt there had to be more. You felt that something was possibly amiss. Share with me a little bit how it is you got involved in this particular industry.
I was unhappy and something was missing, so I started searching for my own purpose. I really believed everybody has their own innate life purpose. And after a few months, I was literally Googling, how do I find my life purpose? I ran across a teleseminar about scientific hand analysis, and the main claim to fame is that it discovers and reveals your innate life purpose. So I did it, and here I am. It changed my life. It was awesome.
Awesome. I mean, quite honestly, we live in a very success-oriented society. I mean, it seems we have so many technological advances. We have so many ways for opportunities. You would think we're all pretty well fulfilled. Yet, that's not what we're finding, are we?
No.
We're basically finding that people are they're bored, they're unfulfilled, and they're looking like you were for something more. Why do you think the service that you're providing is almost more needed today than it was, let's say, 20 years ago when you began your corporate life?
Well, I think you said it. This is increasing. I mean, according to an article in the Harvard Business Review, more than 70% of the world is unfulfilled and unhappy in their work. And as more people enter the workforce and stress rises and there's so many expectations and work-life balance becomes more of a challenge, it just shines a light on that hole, that missing piece that people want to leave the legacy that they're meant to leave.
I mean, quite honestly, gone are the days of people just wanting to make a living. I mean, really, anymore, we realize as we age, life is very short, and we want to be living on purpose. Tell me about, are these people from all walks of life that you work with?
Every single one. I focus mostly on leaders, on executives, and high-level business owners. You know why? Because I feel if I can get to them and help them become more authentic, better at what they do, happier, it's a trickle-down theory, and they'll be able to impact others more positively as well. But I work with everybody.
That is a good approach. I mean, you're able to, these folks that are in some positions where they are able to affect a lot of people, obviously it spreads out. One of the things, folks have feelings of being unfulfilled. Those can be overwhelming, but also is overwhelming of how many ways we can help ourselves. I mean, self-help books, self-help seminars, self-help workshops, that can be overwhelming. Is that one of the reasons why you decided to focus on a scientific approach, that of hand analysis?
Well, I decided on this. I tried everything, Gary. I tried everything. And most things were helpful, but not enough, not detailed enough, not deep enough, not profound enough. This was. And it's scientific. You know, the lines in your hands mimic the neural pathways in your brain. So it's so accurate that, you know, people call it freaky accurate, shockingly accurate. Forbes wrote an article about me and my work because it's so accurate. That's why I chose scientific hand analysis.
That is fantastic. Let's start off, first of all, about discussing what it is not. We're not talking about palm reading. We're not talking about fortune telling. We're talking about a blueprint of your life right on your hand.
Yeah. Pretty much everything about who you are and why you're here. Your innate life purpose, the gifts you have to help you fulfill that purpose, to help yourself and others, and the blind spots and challenges keeping you from that joy and fulfillment that everybody craves and deserves, by the way.
This is like a mini map that is connected to our brain, to our personality, to our purpose. That's kind of exciting for folks to find out they maybe never had before.
Oh, it's very exciting. I mean, people cry, men included, because they feel more seen and understood than ever before. And it gives them not just a blueprint, but it's like a guiding light to shoot for, you know, of what they're here to do. It's not a job description, but it's as close as you're going to get, period, from any other source.
Not only that, but I would imagine as we're so busy in our life, trying to make a living, raising a family, do we many times miss some blind spots that would really help us? I mean, we're talking about gifts and talents that maybe we didn't even know we had.
Yeah, and that's what's so amazing is it gives people permission to step into those and own them and use them. The blind spots people are often familiar with, they may not have thought about, but they'll go, oh, you're right. Oh, my God. And I can tell them what to do about it. It's actionable information. It's not just fascinating and profound. It's actionable.
It's actionable. We're talking about results and scientific. I'm amazed that we're talking about 40 years of data that they compiled. We're talking about 65,000 hands that were analyzed. I mean, that really is a profound way for people to look at something that we like facts, we like results. Is that what you found as well?
Oh, absolutely. And it takes it away from the woo-woo. And nothing against woo-woo,
Sure.
I believe in everything, but this is scientific and it gives people confidence that the information, they'll try it, and then they know that it's accurate once they hear it. You know, they'll be familiar with a lot of it, so that little pieces that are new to them, they trust, and that makes all the difference in the world.
What I like about it is the fact it's kind of black and white. I mean, you can see the lines right there. This this technology doesn't really matter how I perceive the world, how I make decisions. It doesn't depend really on me. I mean, you're really just taking a look at what is there.
And I rarely know my clients. You know, I have clients in Europe, I have clients all over the country. I don't do it face to face. We take handprints like this, and I see much more in the print, so I don't even know what they do. And they're just flabbergasted at the accuracy of it. And I just trust the information. I trust the database.
That is amazing. I mean, through our lives, we make consistent choices, decisions, habits that, do these almost make marks on our brain? And also, are we talking about these marks come on our hands as well?
Yeah, the lines in your hands mimic the neural pathways in your brain. So very quickly, like the fingerprints are formed in utero, never change. The lines in your hands and the shape of your hands, where your fingers are set on the palm, the different sections of your fingers, all that can change. Because if over time, for example, you change your thought patterns or behaviors, that will change your neural pathways, and that can show up in the hands. It may not, but it can. I've seen changes in my hands.
So you've actually seen changes. We're talking about a gift that was given us before we even are born, and we have certain ones in place, but just like our brains can change, you're saying that if we're aware of these, and we're open to them, and we make some changes, sometimes you've actually seen physical lines appear that weren't there.
Yes, and go away. You know, lines can go away, lines can come in, and you are born with your purpose, with the foundation of your purpose and your main lesson to learn.
Many benefits that people have noticed and have told you about. Share with me just a few of your favorite ones that you have remembered just in the past couple of years.
Oh, somebody went from not being able to pay their bills to making six figures in 6 months. Because they just embraced their gifts and realized what they were. Other people, just the way they feel, it just changes them on the inside, and then things start showing up on the outside better and more positive. And what I always promise people, the only prediction I do make, is that I don't care how good your life is now. If you take action on the information that's in your hands, it will only get better. I've had a client get their dream job, several of them, just feeling much more passionate about their life because they're more in touch with what they're passionate about and they're taking action. I mean, it's so rewarding. I love what I do.
It has to be extremely rewarding. What I like about it is the fact that because of technology, you don't even have to meet with the people. Explain this process once again. We're talking about a hand kit that can go out to them. They basically can provide their handprint. Tell me about that. What happens?
And that's exactly it. When somebody buys a hand analysis, I mail them a hand printing kit. They take their prints, just like ink, just like fingerprints, and they mail their prints back to me unless they have a really high quality scanner. I prepare it, and we discuss the analysis by phone.
Are people pretty set back when they are on the phone with you and you start revealing things? I mean, all you sent them was a piece of paper here. Are they kind of excited over that? And almost that belief, if you will, makes them understand that changes can take place.
Yes, they are blown away. They're not just taken aback. They are flabbergasted. They keep saying, "This is fascinating. This is fascinating. I can't believe this. You've never even met me. That's in my hands." I mean, they just can't believe how accurate the technology is, and they keep saying, "You're spot on. You're spot on. You're nailing it. You're nailing it." And so that makes them trust what they didn't know, and then they believe their purpose, and that gives them that confidence and permission to step into it and change their lives and make the difference in the world they're meant to make.
Wonderful. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her contact information. First of all, check out the website. This is a great place to see some of the raves, some of the reviews of what people have gone through this. Like I said, it's more than just being taken aback. They're pretty much flabbergasted. They're amazed at what can take place. You can also see where you can sign up right there on the website. Check out the newsletter. This is a newsletter. She keeps you apprised of all the different things out there that she's working with. Also letting you know that it's as simple as just contacting her and getting yourself a hand kit and mailing it back in. Within a short period of time, you're going to be on the phone with somebody who is truly out to help you. Truly out to help you. Like she said, if you're unhappy, you're probably going to lean a lot more happiness when you know you're on purpose. But not only that, if you are happy, you're just going to get better.
Exactly right, exactly right.
Once again, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Her contact information is right there. She's based out of Lakewood, Colorado, but quite honest, she can handle clients across the nation because you can really send in your information right here and she will get right on it. Once again, it's Precision Wisdom, a company that began in 2012, helping you to clarify your purpose and love your life. This is Gary Atensa with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. We hope we've enticed you to try something new this week. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.